Hello everyone, welcome to the Star Wars Vault. If you are new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe to see new Star Wars videos every week.
Today I want to go into why I believe, without a doubt in my mind, that Rey will in fact save Kylo Ren from himself in Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Now I know I've made a couple videos around this topic of how Kylo can turn back to the light or even be saved by Rey. My theory, after a lot of thought and maybe even some influence from some of these supposed leaks or what have you, is that this is going to happen in Episode 9. As I always say, I could be 100% wrong, but I can't help but be honest in saying that this is the most confident prediction that I have for this movie. So let me tell you my thought process. In order to come up with such predictions or theories, we must look at the past evidence in which we possess revolving around these characters. This is the first two films in the sequel trilogy. The Force Awakens shows us that Kylo is very intrigued with Rey, mentioning to Snoke that the girl is strong in the Force. This is after she throws his mind-reading ability back in his face by telling him he's scared and that he would never be as strong as Darth Vader. When I rewatch this scene, it really hits Kylo. I mean, it really catches him off balance and makes him look scared or somewhat confused. To me, I feel like this was the first step in making Kylo think maybe this Rey girl really knows him and understands him, even in such a short amount of time. The next main encounter is their first duel after Kylo quickly dispatches Finn, her friend. I encourage everyone to rewatch this scene because I do feel that people forget some important context with this fight, as everyone just says, oh well, Rey just whoops Kylo's butt and there's no contest. But you have to remember that when Kylo killed Han Solo in cold blood, Chewie clearly loses it, and he fires his crossbow at Kylo and hits him right near his abdomen, and you can tell this causes major damage to him. I mean, he could have died from this shot. He's obviously not 100% when he's in this duel. Also, when you watch this fight, you can see that up until the turning point near the end, Kylo had Rey cornered and outmatched, even with this giant wound from the crossbow, and even a jab from Finn with the lightsaber on his shoulder. Kylo, if he really wanted to, he could have killed Rey. That's how I see it, at least. He is overpowering her and has her at the edge of the splitting Starkiller base. At any point, he could have finished her or at least made the attempt to do so. But he didn't. He tells her she needs a teacher, that he can show her the ways of the Force. And then obviously Rey makes a turning point and goes on the offensive. By the way, just from her aggression and visual display, I also believe that she tapped into the dark side to win this fight. But getting back to Kylo, I think he sees something in Rey and is not willing to let this go. He wants to teach her and rule the galaxy with her. I don't see it as an exact copy in which Palpatine was wanting to lure Anakin to the dark side. That's simply Palpatine being Palpatine, you know. He wanted to use Anakin solely for power and to get what he wants. With Kylo, I see more of a similarity with how Vader wanted to turn Luke so that they could destroy the Emperor and rule the galaxy together. Why is this? Because of the connection, you know? I mean, Vader knows Luke is his son, so even though he is controlled by the dark side and is being selfish and greedy, he also wants to do this because, as he says, we can rule the galaxy as father and son. He even says this to Padme before his fight with Obi-Wan. This is why Kylo draws comparisons to Vader. By the way, remember, he is kind of obsessed with his grandfather, if you didn't know that. You know, I think he is enamored with Rey, and in The Last Jedi, it ramps up even more. With all their quote-unquote Force Skyping scenes, you know, he tells Rey about how Luke almost killed him, and how that is a big reason why he is where he is now. I mean, come on, who else is going to tell, who is he going to tell that to, you know, besides Rey? This draws the two closer to the point where they're almost touching hands, literally showing an obvious visual of their connection before Luke intervenes. We know Kylo kills his master Snoke and proceeds to team up with Rey to destroy his guards, leading to their last scene together, where she turns him down, turns down his offer to join him and the First Order. You can see how frustrated Kylo is when she doesn't want to go down his path. In his eyes, he sees Rey as a nobody, you know, alluding to the filthy junk trading parents, but he sees her as someone, only him, and his plan is to help her create her own place in the galaxy. Of course, the only way is to join him, you know, according to him, and, you know, he seems incredibly fixated on Rey. You know, can we all agree with this? I mean, even though there's no definitive answer on this, but I do think he loves her in some sort of way, you know, where he wants to be with her. I mean, at this point, he's kind of coming off desperate, if you ask me. Lastly, after all the footage we've received from the new trailers for Episode 9, Kylo is still not done with his feelings towards Rey. You know, she's saying no one knows her, and he comes out saying, but I do. This connects back to the last two films in which he believes that they both know and understand each other. Kind of like as if they're meant to be. So, you know, sure, this girl sliced my face with a lightsaber, rejected my offer at allegiance, but you know what? I'm still gonna go after her, you know? I know it's kind of strange and a little funny, but that's how it seems, and you know that, knowing that Kylo repeatedly mentions that he has the pull to the light, I feel that this really supports my theory. If there's anything that can turn Kylo back to the light and be saved, it's without a doubt Rey. I'm at the point that I think he just loves this girl no matter what, and this will be a catalyst for him teaming up with her to defeat the threat that is Palpatine. Hopefully they get a little help from these fellas, you know, the Force Ghosts, but we will have to wait and see. What are your thoughts, everyone? Do you think I'm absolutely crazy and don't know what I'm talking about? Or does this theory resonate with you when it comes to Episode 9? Let's get a huge discussion going in the comments. I'd love to know what all of you guys think. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. It literally means everything to my channel. My social media links are in the description below. And a huge thank you to everyone for watching today. So until next time, may the Force be with you all.